seem to live in a world where men hate women. You know what I'm saying? Like
Misogyny.
yeah. You know, so like, but I noticed that. I noticed that it's like getting ingrained in the black community. I don't remember growing up around this disdain for women thing too much. It seems like a new thing in the black community, right?
Yes.
What is going on? Have you observed this with the young men, like this disdain for women?
Yes.
Please speak about it and what needs to be done to kind of fix this distortion they have.
Well, young men today are turning out to hate women, what they call misogyny. Some from the mothers. When you have a ratchet mother who don't treat you right, she hates her husband, the man that she had the baby with, okay? Women say, I want a high value man. He got to be 6 foot tall, right? 6-pack and make 6 figures. But these same women are 5'2" and weigh 210 pounds. Low level women want high caliber men, okay? And so as a result, the man has sex with him, leaves him, so he ain't no good. She's mad at him, okay? So she takes her anger out on the young men. The young men grow up with a disdain for women. They'll sex them, but there's no allegiance to them at all.
I'm sorry to cut you. I just want to add this. You know, everyone I knew who was like a real womanizer has a terrible relationship or no relationship with their mother.
Yes.
Personally, I've witnessed this.
Yes.
You know? Super consistent.
Exactly,
Yeah.
super consistent. When you read Proverbs 7, watch this, and 10, this is the young black woman today. It says, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire, meaning clothing, of a harlot and subtile of heart. She's loud and stubborn, and her feet abideth not in her house. That's the average black woman today. They dress like hoes. They're loud and stubborn. That's what you see out here with these young women growing up who have not had any etiquette training taught to them.
Hold on. You're really saying that's the average woman, and that's the average woman that's presented to public? Can we say that's the average woman, Bishop? We can't say that, Fire.
I'll word it this way.
We gotta reword that one.
7 out of 10. I'll say it like
We
that.
gotta
I'll say
reword
7 out of 10.
That sounds like media propaganda.
I'm saying, and the reason I say that, even in church, if you go to church, what do you see? The short skirts again, the cleavage, married today, divorced tomorrow. And these preachers they don't teach these young women to get married. They teach you can do bad all by yourself. Okay, you don't need a man, because the women fund the church. Okay, they're not taught how to identify a good, upstanding man. What do you look for? Okay, like, watch this. I'm gonna go to Titus. Watch this. This is what's not taught. I'm telling you, it's prevalent throughout our community. Everybody gonna get mad at me, but I don't care. Titus chapter 2. Watch about women, old women first. Titus 2, verse 3. The aged women, that's like 50 and up. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becomes holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. That's not being taught from these older women. Look at Basketball Wives. Look at Atlanta Housewives. These is ratchet sisters, bruh. Fighting. Come on, that's not the type of woman our young women should be looking up to. Okay? So it's a lot of dysfunction in our community. Young women, young men, dysfunction. And it leads to young men hating women. Misogyny.
And I know
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity, and also another disturbing part is the domestic abuse thing. Now, 'cause that seems like I know it rose during COVID. Obviously, a lot of issues were going on during COVID, but it seems it's still like it didn't drop, you know. And it seems like it's steady rising. Also with the teenagers, that's another issue we don't speak about: domestic abuse amongst teenagers.
A teen is not mentally capable of dealing with a young woman. That's why I said earlier there was no such thing as boyfriend girlfriend. Okay, just at the age of 20 and up is when you read the scriptures, our people got married. 20 and up, not these young ages where you're emotionally immature. You don't know how to handle an argument or something. You want to fight, you want to hit her. That's not how you deal with it. But you got to be taught that, and that starts from young. And then when they get to that marriageable age to get married, they're emotionally and mentally able to deal with a spouse. Women with the men and the men with the women. You understand that?
How do we fix this situation?
Again, watch this. I'm going to go to Ephesians. See, I keep going to scriptures, but I'm telling you, this is the answer. The Bible's always the answer for our people. When you go to the book of Ephesians, okay? Now it correlates with what I read earlier in Psalms, but watch this. Ephesians 4:24, 4:23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. It starts here. You have to be able to sit down and study, pray, apply God's laws. That's where the change comes.
I
We
like
tell
the
young
apply
women,
part. I
huh?
like the apply part, which
Yes.
is very important. Apply.
Apply. And that takes time. Like many of our young men and women that come from a same-sex relationship or lifestyle, they should not be getting married right away. They need to wean themselves off of that for at least, my opinion, it's opinion, 5 years, okay, of studying, praying, applying. Abstain from all sexuality until your mind is converted to the Word of God. Now you're somewhat mentally able, spiritually able to deal with the opposite sex. Because you grew up in a lifestyle where you had a disdain for the opposite sex. And that takes time and patience and studying of God's laws, application.